Good evening and welcome to this week's Sunday Night Live, a show where we bring you all things automotive. If it has to do with automotive, we bring it to you. Bring in the subject matter experts that share their knowledge with the audience so that we can all become better. We're building one giant community here on LinkedIn, and not everybody knows everything. So if we bring in the experts and we share that information, then everybody benefits. We're all here to network. We're all here to do business. So let's support each other. And I'm really excited tonight because, number one, I've got my special guest here, Mr. Michael Larkin, who is a digital guru. Man knows a lot of things about digital, but I'm also going to make a special announcement. So no special announcement would be complete without the at the top of the news tonight. You're going to hear it here first. Okay, so in the audience, we have dealer personnel and we have vendors. And the struggle is real. Online, as a dealership, you hope that they find you. And if they find you, you hope that what they find is good so that they want to click through and come to your business. It's very important. As a vendor, you have struggles. And now since March 15th or so, it's hard enough to get in front of the right person, but since March 15th, there's now an ironclad excuse that puts a bigger barrier between you and the person that you want to talk to. So watch this very short clip here, and then we'll get into it.
Your struggle is real. You need to get in front of dealers. You have a great product. You know dealerships will benefit from it. You know it'll help them increase sales, improve efficiencies, and increase profits. You call 10 times, no calls back. You email multiple times, no reply. You walk in and the first thing they ask is, why didn't you call for an appointment? Dealer Vendor Match puts you in front of dealers every day. Sign up today.
All right, so if I've been missing sleep, that's why. I've been working on this nonstop for quite a while now. So anyone that's a vendor, if you'd like to find out more information, you can reach out to me either by sending me a message here through LinkedIn or Facebook, or you can call me at 203-257-4727. All right, so now let's get into the show. We have Michael Larkin here. And Michael, a lot of people know you, but not everybody. So for the few people that might not, I would like you to tell the audience a little bit about you, not quite back to birth, but in your business world. How did you get here?
Thanks, Paul. I am Mike Larkin, and Guru is I'm just a regular guy. Thank you for the title. I've been blessed to enter into the digital marketing world, back in 1998. And it's, shiny object syndrome, and you go through those progressions. But about 10 years ago, we joined with a global mastermind. And in this global mastermind, we focused on helping businesses navigate through the big puzzle that is digital marketing. And I always say to the business leaders I always talk to each and every week, it is, we can agree, a big puzzle, but what's the most important piece to any puzzle? And earlier on, I asked you, Paul, and what did you say?
Well, I said the first piece, but that was not the right answer.
I don't ever argue with it, right or wrong, but I have talked to different people that say the last piece is the most important piece.
Anybody out there care to venture a guess as to what the most important piece is to the puzzle? And while they're thinking about that, let me just read off a couple of things here. Terry Torleen says, this is already an outstanding show. Thank you very much, man. Thank you for being on. Rick Tamburino, it's like I'm watching Wolf Blitzer. He's got more hair than I do. And a slightly different complexion. Linda Hansen, love the
The clattering.
The clatter mask.
Yeah.
And Justin Searle, my boy Michael Larkin in the house. And Michael Dean Aufmuth, Michael is the man. Absolutely. That's why he's on Sunday Night Live. So anybody have a guess as to what the most important piece of the puzzle is?
No fair that you fellas in the think tank don't answer. You're cheating.
Gene says the edges and the corners.
Uh-huh. I don't, like I said, I'm going to agree. Yeah, that's a good guess. Shall I let him off the hook?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. The most important piece to any puzzle is the picture on the box. And we believe, as far as digital marketing goes, with all its pieces, that we have the picture on the box. And it's all a matter of where you want to start putting the piece or the puzzle together. And that's where we start. We start with your priorities instead of dictating to you where you ought to go. But we'll share with you what we feel is, if I owned your business, this was what I would do. But, different people have different priorities. And some people say, hey, we just fired our whole staff due to COVID. We need HR. I'm not your guy, but I know a guy. So, we're trying to develop relationships with different parts of this puzzle and help you put it all together. And if you're not ready for us, that's great. But we're going to check back and see if who we referred you to is working out for you.
And the thing is, because everything's online today, everything.
Yep.
First impressions are key, right?
Yeah. First impressions. I'm going to call you out, Paul. You asked me and it caught me off guard. What did you ask? The first impression.
Do you know where the term "you never get a second chance to make a first impression" came from? Does anybody know where that came from? It's out there. Because most people don't. People use that term a lot, but most people don't. Anybody?
Okay, I'm going to tell you what I told him. Hey, it's from that Andre Agassi commercial back in the 80s. You never have a second chance to make a first impression. I believe it was a Canon commercial for the Canon cameras.
Yeah.
And he gave me a history lesson.
Here's where it came from. Back in the colonial days, when they first started printing newspapers, okay, you had the big press and you had all of the individual letters that had to be arranged on that press and then tightened up so that they would create paragraphs, sentences. The entire front page or the entire page of the newspaper would be set on this giant press. But before they printed off 5,000 of them, they had to make what was called a first impression. The first impression is what they reviewed to see whether or not there was anything else that needed to be fixed or if something was wrong before they ruined 5,000 copies. So that's where you never get a second chance to make a first impression came from. So that's a little history lesson tonight. So tell us about, Google. I'd say Google is pretty important because total visits are 84.18 billion. Billion.
Billion with a B. Yeah, capital B. The whole thing is that before COVID, the numbers were 87%, whether they hear about your business through a TV ad or hear it on a radio ad or see it on or read about it in a postcard ad or print ad or internet ad, or even if it's a word of mouth from a chamber of commerce or if it's a hot referral from a neighbor or family or friend, 87% are going online to check out that company before they ever contact you. Before the internet, they used to be able to call you or read your card, whoever gave you the card. Well, now your card has, a whole bunch of information on there, but the majority of that 87% are going onto Google. And kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Google is now a verb.
Yes, that's right. That's right. To Google something.
Yeah. I mean, who would have thought when I was, younger days, Google, what the hell is Google? Get into my DeLorean and go back to 1985. What the hell is a Google? Right? Is that the newest Cabbage Patch doll, or I don't know. But now, I mean, it's a verb. Did you Google yourself? And yeah. I encourage all you after this to go Google yourself and see what you see. And if you were a customer of yours or a potential prospect, would you do anything? Would you
go to you based on what you look like online?
Mm-hmm. And that's the first impression. What are they seeing on the first impression? Because 87, that's a hell of a number.
Yeah.
87 out of 100 people are going online. Most of them go to Google. What do they see? So that's our first order of business, is get your reputation in order. So we only have to do it once.
If I can put this into perspective for our fixed ops friends here, okay? We cry giant tears because 70% of the customers go to the aftermarket to get their cars maintained. That we cry at 70%. So now add 17% on top of that percentage, and that's the number of people that are looking at you on Google to see whether or not they should come to you. I ask so many businesses, who's your competitor on Google? They don't know. What's your score? They don't know. Do you have the Google My Business app on your phone? What's that? Right? I'm sure you've heard those words.
Oh yeah. And it frightens me. I mean, I'm in business to make you dominate your competition. And my good friend Joe Brailer always says, do you want to sell more cars? Bottom line. Let's get to the bottom line of this. And the first impression is where I start, because it's already been proven. You can go to Google. In fact, I'm going to take you on a tour of a Google page.
Let me know when you have that page up, and then I'll pull it into the stream.
Sure. It is now, so you can pull it into your screen. You can go to Google and type in Tesla Washington, D.C. reviews. And I spent 22 years down in D.C., running my business until I moved back up to my hometown in Connecticut. But down there is, they're all about keeping up with the Joneses. And those people who are seeing a Tesla in their neighbor's driveway across the street, and they're not even going and talking to, hey, where'd you get your new car? They're going and they see that it's a Tesla, and they're going, Tesla Washington, D.C. reviews. And they're looking for three things. They're looking for a reputable company. They're looking for a brand. And if I'm looking for a Tesla, I'm not looking for a BMW. So that's why I love the car industry. It's baked right in. And the third thing they're looking for is, are you going to give me a good deal? Well, we have no, we don't control that at all. But what we do control is these jumbo-sized 60-second videos that you can watch for yourself. I'm not going to take you through them. But once we get to this supersized one, it's not going anywhere. This, what you see on your screen, has been there since 2014. So you might say, oh, it's an old video. We make these videos the same way today as we did back then. Tweaks here and there, but bottom line is what people are seeing is if they go to Baltimore, Tesla, Baltimore, Maryland, or MD reviews, they see what everybody else sees, including what yours looks like.
Now, here's the beauty of this, right? People today want to look at video. If they have a choice of reading something or watching a video, they're going to watch the video. So if you have a lot of reviews, that's great. And if the score is good, that's even better. But if there's a video that stands on top, they're going to look at that first. Now, we're getting a little behind on the comments, so let me read some of this stuff off here. Let's see here. Terry says, Think Tank rocks. Great job tonight, Mike. Absolutely. I am so glad that you told me about the Think Tank. And then Justin and Evelyn. So I love it. So it's already on my weekly calendar. So if you guys that are out there have not joined the Think Tank, it's every Thursday at 9 o'clock on LinkedIn. All right. Linda says, being visible digitally. And Charles Higgins says, preach it. Linda says, love that. I will use that in my training. I think she's referring to the first impression history lesson. And Tully says, that's why we must be in the repeat and referral business. And it's all about the hours, right, Tully? Jeff Daniel, the OEMs are satisfied with keeping 80% of the people happy. Not good. That's really a sad number. There are some OEMs where even 70 to 80% is good. And that's horrible. I remember back in the day when I worked at Saab, if you didn't get a 90 as an absolute minimum, and that's Saab, you were a total failure, total and complete failure. Steve Apicella, digital engagement and awareness before the point of sale is critically necessary today. However, a connected digital experience after the point of sale is nearly vacant. We need to deliver digital life cycle before and after sale to truly fulfill an Amazon-like experience. Absolutely. They set the stage for customer service. And Jeff Daniel says, Tully, that's the only reason to be in business. It's the best because repeat and referrals is what makes the difference between surviving a downtime and not. And Lou Ramirez from the Car Guy Coffee. What up, solutionaries? How are you, Lou? Thanks for tuning in. So
yeah, bounced off the Google page just to finish up that tool. That's just a tool, but a tool that's very effective, and that dealership in DC has year after year since 2014 increased their business by 19% year after year after year, and what they discovered was that from Google, people are taking one of four actions. They're either calling, they're setting an appointment, they're opting in, or they're buying. Less buying this year because of COVID, but their numbers are still there. And that's what I'm encouraging is hey, monetize your 5-star reviews, because if you don't and your competition does, you'll be scratching your head going, why is that dealership down the road so busy, so much busier than ours? They're taking advantage of their 5-star reputation, and it doesn't need to be ranked 5 stars. That's the thing. You don't have to have 5 stars. In fact, bad reviews are good so long as you address them correctly, because you don't address the person that wrote your 1-star review. You address me that's going to read your 1-star review, and I'm looking for how you responded, and never give away something for free, because that licenses everybody to give you a bad review. So, hey, Joe Schmo is giving away free stuff. You just write a bad review and he's going to give you a new muffler change or new tires or whatever.
Yeah, you train them the wrong way. It's like there's a certain magazine that I've subscribed to, and they give you the renewal, but I know year after year, I let the subscription lapse because I know that within a week of the subscription lapsing, they send me a 50% off coupon. Like clockwork. I've been doing this for years. So yeah.
So you're the one. But if they don't know, they're going to pull something like that and say, hey, we're really sorry you had a bad experience. Come on in and we'll fix your car for free. Well, if I'm reading that, wow, all I need to do is write a 1-star review for these guys and they're going to give me something for free. No, just say, hey, we're sorry you had a bad experience. We always strive to give a 5-star experience to every one of our customers. Please reach out through the website and ask for me or call me on this number, or, reach out to me and I'll make it right with you. The language is, making it right and giving something for free is two different things.
Absolutely.
So if I make it right with you, Paul, chances are you're going to respond and change your 1-star review, and I have the opportunity to make it a 5-star review.
If they
At least have the
5,
opportunity.
If they see all 5 and nothing bad, they're going to think
yeah,
it's
right. There's something fishy there. We're all human. We all have bad days.
Or what I see sometimes.
Even you, Lou, with your coffee.
What I see sometimes is you'll see 1 bad review, and then you'll see 3 like over-the-top good reviews right after that rebut everything that's said in that bad review.
Wow.
It's like they think that, oh, that doesn't look fake to you?
Right, yeah. And there's other ones that have a 5-star review, but there's no comments. What's that?
Right.
I can't use that. I have to use something, because I have to use your 5-star review into my videos.
Right. If you have no content.
Well, let's me put it out there, because some of the car dealers out there say, well, I don't have any reviews, so I'm not affected. That 87%, you need 6 to 10 5-star reviews, or you're not trusted. How's that for you? How's that for driving people to your competition?
And when you only have a few, and the score is not great, 1 or 2 will sink you.
You know what, though? The car industry, God bless them, they have done, as far as the other industries that I dabble into, they've done a great job asking their customers for a review. Good or bad, they're asking everybody in the service stations or the sales department, please give us a review. And, I'm seeing not 100 or 200, but up into the, 900 to 1,500 reviews. And that's fantastic. But you're not monetizing them, because when I land on your page on Google, that's the first impression, you look like everybody else.
The same.
So what's to prevent me from checking out your competition? Because the first thing I'm looking for is, are you a reputable company? And I don't care if my mom sent me. Sorry, Mom.
We got a couple of comments. Hold on a second. All right. So Linda agrees with Steve. She says, you bet. Greg Dudley, hi all, just arrived. And Linda says, we train people to say no when we present needed repairs. The customer knows there will be a discount offered. Makes me a bit crazy. And I scrolled too fast here. Charles Higgins, if you make an offer to have the customer come in and talk through the issue for resolution, make sure to go back and update your response to the review to include the resolution. It's great to see a business open the door to communicate, but being able to show how it was resolved is most powerful. That's absolutely true, because a lot of times there is no follow-up.
Right.
None whatsoever.
Right.
Carmine Crispino says, very informative. Thank you. He's a local doctor in our area here.
Awesome.
Jeff Daniel, only 1 in 6 OEMs I have let us rescue. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Only 1 of 6 OEMs I have let us rescore. And the largest one won't let us mention reviews. Duh. Yeah, isn't that crazy? They're telling people as part of the OEM grading, if you mention the survey or if you mention reviews, they're going to give you a bad score. Talk about shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
John Frazier, my man. What about when the customers won't respond to your offer to make it right?
Hey, it is what it is. I mean, you know what? At least when I'm reading that, I go, hey, at least the owner or the business is making an effort.
Right.
Is making, hey, they're trying to make it right. So I can't blame them for that. And you shouldn't blame them for that. You know, I mean, who knows what the relationship is? Maybe this guy is in competition with the dealership and they're trying to destroy him. We don't know. But at least the ownership or the management is trying to get back at him and say, hey, we're sorry that you had a bad experience. Obviously, we've dropped the ball. It happens, but we want to make it right. And we strive to get a 5-star, experience for all of our customers. So, it's a different message that people are receiving.
Yeah. Justin says, this is great stuff, guys. Great job. Thank you, Justin. And Steve Apicella, survey, respond, learn. That's how we grow. There was a business that I was doing business with. He would get bad reviews, basically because he had a bad attitude. And he would get mad. He would blame the customers rather than take it as a learning tool. They get mad at it.
You segued right there. And I'm going to let you finish reading off what's there. But my traffic versus reputation story, I'm ready.
Chris Lynn, sister, love this. Making sure customers understand they are important and a priority. Crystal works at the repair place where we take our 2 of our vehicles. They service like nobody's business. And the name of the place is A1 Auto in Niantic, Connecticut. And let me tell you something. Their service is above and beyond what anybody's doing. I haven't experienced, a lot of dealerships don't offer that kind of experience. After we got our car serviced here the first time, I was in a pinch. They took care of us. I got a card. I got a handwritten card in the mail thanking us for our business. And it wasn't like 2-3 words. It was a fully thought out, handwritten response. That locked us in. So now we go there and I promote them whenever I can.
Crystal, yep. Are you hearing that, Justin? Handwritten, huh? That's what Justin and his crew at Think Ad Group are doing.
It's
brilliant stuff.
Yeah. Crystal says, call with follow-up. Absolutely. And Joe Brawler, looks like a great crowd on here tonight. Yes, sir. Thank you, Joe. And Greg Dudley, post that you're making the effort to connect and they've not responded. Absolutely, because you have the ability to do that. You can change your response at any time. And if you have the app on your phone, you could do it literally in minutes. Let's see here. Joe says, hello, Paul Meyer and Mark Larkin. Hello, Joe. Crystal, thank you, Paul. We love that you do A1 Gets It Done. She actually did a recording, which is beautiful.
All right.
Yeah, like a singing recording for this store. It's awesome. Steve Apicella, the results of the surveys and online feedback shouldn't be an internal secret. Share with your team and have them involved in the process. That sounds like something you do, man.
It's called reputation marketing. And I still, to this day, am corrected by people. For 10 years, I've been saying reputation marketing is the way to go. And the definition of it is to market your 5-star reviews in order to get more business. But I keep on getting corrected. You mean reputation management. The last time I looked, companies don't make any money managing anything. They make money marketing. Think about that. But I've been touting reputation marketing for over 10 years, so we've done the hard work. We've got the reviews already in place. Got to monetize on them. Some will, some won't. Oh,
That's
look at you. Look at you. Oh my God, you dug that out so quick.
Stuff that's important, I keep handily accessible.
Nice. Oh
How many people do that? I can tell you not many, and I've been in this business for 4 decades. I've seen this many handwritten notes.
Really? Right.
And they do that for everybody.
Yeah, that's why they get more. Yeah, that's why they're A1.
Joe Brawler says, take care of your customers and they will take care of you. Justin says, the power of a handwritten note. Joe Brawler, reputation marketing, market your 5-star reviews. Absolutely, because you should be proud of them, right?
Yeah.
Not everybody gets them. Steve Apicella, double thumbs up, share with the team. And Greg Dudley, people don't care how much you know till they know how much you care. That's one of my favorites. I had a set of sales training cassette tapes from Jackie B. Cooper. And
Nice.
Jackie B. Cooper, I think it was what year was that? 1987, maybe? I think so. Yeah. And Crystal says, if you're honest with people and it's sincere, they want to come to you. They trust you. Market yourself. I got a call the other day from a young lady that bought a Lexus from me. Oh, God, what year was that? 2009, maybe? She had bought a couple of cars afterwards, but she just totaled this one, and she reached out to me for help. Now, I'm out of a store for a few years on the selling side. But she had my phone number. She trusts me that I'm the person that she reached out to. So everybody in the store, you can do the exact same thing between marketing your reputation online and then actually living it, right? It's one thing to put it out there. It's a whole nother thing to live it. A lot of people say one thing and they do something completely different. Your actions need to match your words.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Linda says, great point on the reputation marketing. Now, here's the thing. You sell on average across the board 100 cars. If you take all dealerships, they sell 100 cars. They service 1,500, 2,000. Some of the busier stores, 3,000. Yet you look at their reviews, they got 4 reviews last month.
Right. Why?
Why?
Right. Why? And that's the part of the reputation we manage, build, and market. So the managing part of it is like something as simple as an iPad. And instead of a clipboard, which is like 1960s technology, you give them my iPad and say, before we get started, can you sign in, please? Well, what that does is it puts your information into the database, But more importantly, it's going to get back in touch with that person on their phone and a text message. Would you recommend us? Yes or no? And if you click yes, it's going to give you an opportunity to put in a review that's in-house. Until, if it's a 5-star, I let it go online. But if it's anything else, I don't let it go online.
Now,
And the client can decide, the car dealer can decide, oh, we like 4 stars as well. Okay, that's up to you. But for me, I would only, through this system, let a 5-star go out. That way I can measure out of 100 how many 5 stars you got. What's the trend?
now,
So it's another tool, but the strategy behind the tools makes the difference. See, anybody can throw tools at you, but there's got to be a strategy involved. If not, it's just a tool.
I'm going to show you a little trick here. It's very simple, okay? This is the Google My Business app. So basically, you select it, you hit customers, and on the very top, there's a share button. When you click the share button, it now opens up how you can share it. So here's the beauty. You've got a customer, you've just had a good interaction with the customer. You are there together. People will promise you just about everything, but if life gets in the way, they may forget to do it. So when you and I are together, hey, Mike, you just had your car in for service. How was your experience? It was awesome. Great.
Oh, it's awesome. Oh, you're asking me? Oh, it's not you? It's awesome.
Magic words. Would you do me a favor?
Right.
Sure, why not? So now you go, you hit the share button in your Google My Business app, mobile app, it's right on your phone. And now you text them that link. Their phone goes dink. All right, I just sent you something to your phone. Take a look, make sure that it opens up. They take their phone out. They see the text message that came from you. Click on the link to make sure it's working. They click on it and it opens up right to your Google Places page,
right,
where the star ratings is.
Right.
Now they're standing there, they've got the phone open, they've got your Google Places able to give you 5 stars. Half of the people that have that phone in their hand with your Google Places page open to it, oh, what do I put? You want me to help you? Half those people will hand their phone over to you. Yeah, absolutely. Now you click 5 stars, you write a little something nice, you share it with them. What do you think? Oh, that's great. When you hit send, bam, you've got your instant review. So if you have 1,500 customer pay ROs that come through your door a month, and you have your team ready to go, trained on this, how hard is it really to blow that up? And then once you have all those reviews, then a guy like Michael can take those reviews and turn them into a more powerful tool, which is that video that you use for your reputation marketing. Now, Greg Dudley says, I just started marketing myself as a sales consultant with a Facebook page and Instagram. That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The stores sometimes are a little funny with it, but if you crush it and you get your people to share, everybody wins at the end of the day. Jeff Daniel says you must take the time to respond to all reviews, good or bad. Too many dealers focus on the negative reviews and don't thank or discuss the 5-star reviews. You have to respond to everyone. That is a great point. Every single one, good, bad, or indifferent. Say something.
I know that sometimes you get angry and never respond to somebody when you're angry, but you got a 1-star review and you go, oh my God, this person was just insane, like annoying and all that. Well, you know what? Be that as it may, all right, you never can argue with somebody. You're always going to lose. Again, I'm the customer or the potential customer reading that. You're arguing with somebody that gave you a 1-star review? Wow, I'm going to take my business elsewhere. You know,
I've
I mean,
seen that so many
you can
times.
do no wrong. And I know, yet in your mind, yeah, you probably are dead to rights, right? But arguing with somebody that gave you a 1-star is the kiss of death, really. And I can't do anything for you if you engage in that. I can't. I can bury it, but you know, if there's a chance that you can take off that, do it, right?
You have to eat a little crow sometimes.
Never argue, never.
Joe Brawler, Crystal, 100% correct. Market yourself. Joe Brawler, Google My Business app is the bomb. It is so simple to use and it has everything there. You can actually even update your page because when you update Google My Business with either video content or photo content, it's going to help you with more relevance on Google so more people find you. Steve Apicella, beyond amplifying the 5-star reviews, scroll too fast. Be humble and transparent, visible, about your missteps too. Own them. Customers appreciate it. The real error is letting them repeat themselves or when they go unanswered or unresolved. Our value is best measured in how we handle adversity, not just when everything goes right. Now, one of the things that I do before I go into a store is I look at all of their reviews. Okay, and when I see a pattern that repeats itself, i.e., you know, they promised me, I had an appointment, yet they kept me waiting for 3 hours. When I see stuff like that over and over, that, you know, obviously nobody at the store level is looking at that because that's a very simple problem to fix. We need to be more committed to delivering on the promise. If somebody comes in, if they have an appointment at 7 a.m., come hell or high water, before 8 a.m., they need to have all of the information necessary to be able to authorize a job, period. And then once they've authorized the job, not only do you give them a realistic promise time, but you update them along the way. Reminds me of a company. You promise and update them. Kind of sounds like update promise, no?
Yeah, I mean,
communicate the whole step of the way.
My friend Michael Offmith, he's on this call. He's always talking about process. Step 1, step 2, step 3, and on through the process, all the way through the process, you're updating your customer. Because the worst thing you can do is forget that they're sitting there watching God only knows what soap opera on a Monday when they have to take a half day off from work, wearing their mask, looking at their phone, drinking bad coffee. Lou, you can fix that. But, you know, I mean, and nobody's there to update them. I mean, infuriating, you know, and that's part of the procedure. You have a procedure and everybody needs to take responsibility for it. Because
when you update them along the way, it cuts down on the amount of incoming calls. Because let's face it, half of the incoming calls don't even get answered. And that makes them even more frustrated.
Right, absolutely.
Jeff Daniel, negative reviews are a training opportunity for you and the customer. Absolutely. Joe Brawler, handling adversity correctly is everything. It's at least ahead of whatever is in second place. Charles and Steve Apicella agreed. And Crystal, Google is important. I get calls all the time about our 5-star reviews amount, but I use that to say, well, I cannot wait to show you why we are rated so well. Absolutely. And also don't forget social media, because people can give you reviews there as well, and you can leverage those people to get you more customers. Michael says, Michael pointed us to Google My Business. Great tool. Michael says, boom. Linda Hansen, or no coffee due to COVID. That's true. It's really funny about that. I was speaking with someone the other day, and they were saying that, I haven't done any indoor dining. I did a short indoor dining a few weeks ago at the Hot Grill in New Jersey. I just completely lost it. When we go to the Hot Grill, 2 all away, the hot dogs and the chili dogs and the Frenchie with gravy, it's just something to behold. And I completely lost it. And I actually we sat down inside and had our meal. But other than that, I have not eaten indoors anywhere since March 15th. So this lady was telling me that they take all the precautions. They've got all the spacing and coffee. They don't refill your coffee cup. They bring you a new cup. So you're right, if they even have coffee due to COVID. Michael said part of the process needs to be learning from your customer experience.
Yep, absolutely.
Those don't learn from the past are doomed to repeat it. Have you ever heard that before?
Right. I mean, reputation marketing is the hub, and it's the first impression. And I'm going to give you an example of my younger years when I was all fired up with all of my clients, not all of them, but they heard that another part of our business, the traffic department, had a business and has a business relationship with 20 of the biggest big data companies in the world. So we can find a target market for anybody, any car dealership, make, model, for the whole United States, and then we narrow it down to your region, your customers. So we put together a template on a campaign. But more importantly, people were attracted to traffic. And I would give them traffic. Hey, all you can eat, right? 3 months, 6 months, 9 months later, they'd come back to me and go, your traffic doesn't work. Doesn't work? What the hell are you talking about? I'm throwing you all this traffic. Who's answering your phones? It was your fault. No. It was my fault. And the moral to the story is that 87%, going full circle back to that 87% of people looking up your reviews, and it doesn't matter how they heard about you. So I would give them traffic and digital ads and all that stuff. And instead of going to your website, they're going onto Google or somewhere else and checking out you first. And when they don't see what they're looking for, a reputable company, they bounce or they go to their competition. So that was my fault.
Now
but I learned. I survived it, I lived and learned. But at the time, my Irish got up and it was like, nah, it was your fault. No. It's my fault.
Well, here's the beauty about reputation marketing, right? So now you market that and people come to you, you pixelate your marketing, and now all of a sudden, you've got the gift that keeps on giving, right? Because what happens for 90 days?
Well, what happens is they have a digital advertisement. You see it on the margins, on apps, and everywhere you go, CNN, ESPN, or whatever people go to, and they see on an ad that they're already interested in, are all or like for the car industry. Let's use Ford. So if I'm you're a Ford client of mine, only people that own a Ford are going to see an ad saying, hey, 30% off an oil change. Oh, you click on it because you own a Ford. You go to the landing page and go, nah, I'm going to Jiffy Lube. Well, we pixel you. And everywhere you go, you're going to see another ad. Hey, tire service, 30% off for the Ford dealer. Oh, what's that? You click on it. You go to, nah, I'm going to Town Fair Tire. We pixel you for another 90 days. And so, lo and behold, you see another ad. Hey, 30% off a tune-up. Save $150. Ooh, I like that. You click on it, you opt in. You either buy it or you don't. And so you have your email because you opted in, and we send you a sequence that could be a newsletter, could be your next offer. It's a nurturing sequence. So we've got your pixel, we've got your social media marketing because the landing page is off of social media platforms, and we have your email. So you're building your business of your own people.
Yes.
So when that pixel gets to 20,000 of your local people that own a Ford, now we can stop going to people that don't know you and haven't clicked on you, and you are marketing to 20,000 of the people that know you, that have been to your site, that have been to your site. So start thinking about top of mind. Start thinking about, getting in front of people and staying in front of people that are your customers. They bought what you're selling. So that's only an example for the service department. But big data also finds those people that are a potential Ford buyer. How does it do that? Well, a potential Ford buyer will go to a finance site or will go to and talk about it on social media. Hey, I'm thinking about going and buying the new Escort, whatever. Big data knows that. Even further, if you don't sell Escorts, well, we can narrow it down to what Fords you do sell and what people own those or are interested in those that you have on the lot.
Brilliant. Got a couple of comments. I don't want to fall behind here. Crystal says, the wise man walks between the fool and genius and learns from both. Man, that's spot on. I've never heard that, but that is so freaking spot on.
I'm going to steal that.
You always listen to your customer and their needs and match them to the needs of the vehicle. Prioritize estimates. Give people your time. And Joe Brawler, the gift that keeps on giving. Pixelate, baby. Joe Brawler says genius. And Michael says, hold on a second. The big data difference. This is why Michael is a rock star in this arena. So when I said earlier that Michael Larkin is a guru, I meant that with all sincerity. I think you're going to need one of those genius, those turbans.
The party hats, the Merlin hat.
Something.
Hey, it is Halloween time.
Steve Apicella, when the dealer sells a car, they have a customer. It's the relationship that needs to be earned through the journey at every touch point. It's cliche, but true. It takes a long time to build a relationship and only a moment to lose it. People don't want to be sold. They want to be educated, honored, and inspired. They can easily tell the difference. Now, here's a key thing about selling today. Selling has kind of changed the way it was, right? Before it was hard sell, cram. Hey, I can put you in this car today for only $200 a month. That's all changed now. The whole model has changed, right? And it was always about control. We had to control the process. We had to control it. Well, guess what? Today, in today's market, because there has been a paradigm shift, I don't know where you've seen that before, but you've seen it. You gain control by giving up control, right? You put it out there, and the customer now will decide if it's something that brings value, right? To us vendors that are out there, you can chase a deal for 3, 6, 9 months, 10 months, a year, several years. If you're in the DMS space, you could be chasing that deal for a long time. Could be 2, 3, or 4 years you're chasing this deal. But how cool is it if you don't have to hard slam sell, but you put out there what it is that you do, right? When you go on Amazon, you're searching for things that you want to buy, things that you need, sometimes even that you don't need. But when you see it presented in such a way that it brings value to you, you click on it or you swipe, and the next thing you know, 2 days later, voila, it's sitting on your porch or it's in your driveway, right? The sales model has changed.
It's funny you said Amazon.
Yeah.
The Pixels, Amazon's been doing it for the last 15 years. And in 2017, the European market said, nah, that's illegal. You need to warn people. You see the international websites, they say, hey, are you accepting the cookies? We've all seen that.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen in the US. So I scratch my head seeing some of these website builders with, oh, you want to add in the cookies? Oh, I think I should. You don't need to if you're only in the US market, especially local. So, I mean, people that don't understand or are not up to speed on what's going on. It's like, what are you doing?
Joe Brawler says what? No, my wife came in to say hi. Joe Brawler says 100%. Michael, Joe Brawler says, sorry. I don't know why. He says, it's all good. And Joe Brawler says, propeller hat.
Yeah, like Spanky.
That's it. Joe Brawler, do all the right things the first time and to keep loyal and retain customers. Once you lose them, they are gone. And Charles Higgins says, customers want information, give it to them. But be the expert and provide the information. The customer will value that more than anything. Joe Brawler says, I'll pass on the cookies, Mike. But yeah, no, everything's changed. You have to present the value, and then they'll determine whether or not. There's no point trying to force a round peg into a square hole. It just doesn't work. Hey, Mark Williamson says, great show, guys. Thank you. I always appreciate your support. Mark is on all the time. So I very much appreciate your support. Yeah, there's no point trying to force a round peg into a square hole. Just put it out there. There's plenty of business to go around. The customers aren't stupid today. They're educated. They have so much noise coming at them. That's why we live in micro moments. So put out there, put your best foot forward. Somebody needs what you have. We just need to connect what you have with what they need through complete honesty and transparency so that both sides can come together and lock solid. Terry says, Mike, thanks for the education.
Oh, hey, that's what I'm here for. It's education first, and what is the proper tools to customize what your solution is going to be. Because I'm like a doctor, I can diagnose and say, okay, what I would recommend is reputation marketing first, foremost, because we only have to do it once and never have to do it again. It's up to you if you want to continue to manage and monitor and grow your business then that way. But as soon as we put that 5-star review video on Google and it's supersized, Google does that, by the way. I'm not Google, right? So don't get it wrong by seeing that supersized video. Oh, Larkin can do that. No. I can rank the video on the first page of Google, maybe, 48 hours after I render it. But the secret sauce is what Paul's been talking about, is that people are uploading videos all day, every day on YouTube, billions.
Yeah.
The secret sauce is getting it ranked for your business on the first page of Google, where people are, that 87% are going to see it. Now it renders and it spots at number 4 or number 7. Now is the time to get all of your people to view it.
Yeah.
And I'll do my part.
And share
but
it.
I'm not going to watch your video 500 times. So that's a partnership that I develop with you is, hey, just put it out to your social media.
Now, what I want you to do, Mike, is I want you to put your contact info and I want you to put links to wherever you want people to go, because I'm sure that there's a couple of folks here that may not have known you until tonight that might want to get in contact with you to learn a little bit more, you know. We got a couple comments here, and let's see here. Michael says the shift is to give the customer the control. Dealers will win when they adapt to this process. Russ Mann says, ugh, I just missed it. I will watch in entirety.
Hey, Russ.
It's good on the replay also. Joe Brawler, exactly, Michael. And Greg Dudley, stop selling the car, sell the opportunity to get your help. And Jeff says a negative review is no longer radio static where you rotate the dial and it goes away. Steve says, thanks, Paul and Mike. Crystal says, when people come in and the needed repairs exceed the value of the vehicle, tell your customer the truth. I always say I'd rather you bring in a vehicle that's worth maintaining. See, the comments shift up here, and then I mess it up. Hold on, comments are moving faster than I can keep up with. I always say I'd rather you bring in a vehicle that is worth maintaining rather than them come once and getting upset when something else lets go. I tell them I want you to come see me when I can help you. Michael Landis says, great show tonight. Joe Brawler says, Russ, man. Linda Hansen, really great session. Thank you both. You're welcome, Linda. And great show, guys. I think that's Christine. It's showing up in the thing here is LinkedIn user, but usually that's Christine. Russ, man, good on the replay. And Joe Brawler, truth will set you free. I think I heard that in the religious setting. Speak the truth and the truth shall set you free.
Oh, you're good at that, man. Oh, you're too good at that. Now, if this car thing doesn't work out, you got a future here.
Well, an hour never seems to be enough, but we've not only come to the time, we've actually surpassed the time. Wow. I own the network, so I don't, it's not really critical. They're not going to fire me because I'm the network. So I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in tonight.
Thank you, guys.
It's been our pleasure. I want to thank you, Michael, for all of the knowledge that you dropped on us tonight. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. It helps everybody. And here's what I'd like you all to do. I would like you all, if you saw value in tonight's broadcast, please share it in your social media with your community. And tune in every Sunday night for Sunday Night Live. And on Thursday nights, the Think Tank on LinkedIn. So Justin, if you could put a link to the Think Tank group in this thread here, that would be awesome. And also, if you're in the fixed ops space, Fixed Ops Mastermind. Great place where you can get knowledge and share with other like-minded people. So let me just read off a few more comments and then we will call it a night. Crystal says, thank you both. Paul, you rock. You're just saying that because it's true. Just kidding. Justin says, thanks, Mike and Paul. Michael says, thank you both. Joe says, thank you, Paul and Michael. Charles Higgins loved it. Thanks, guys. Charles Higgins said shared. And on that note, we'll see you next week on Sunday Night Live.
Thanks, King.